Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 replay cast. Today we are going to be doing AlphaStar, as every other day on the channel is AlphaStar Day, which is a good day. So we have got a Master Zerg today. Gonna be trying to take on AlphaStar in the top right hand side of the map, also playing Zerg. If this Masters player has one thing to be thankful for, though, I'd say he's probably pretty thankful that this isn't Alpha Toss, because we all know how much of a monster Alpha Toss is against Zergs. AlphaStar's ZVZ for some iterations isn't necessarily the best, I'll say. It tends to derp a little bit if its plan doesn't, say, work out right away. However, it, of course, can definitely still win games. It usually has a lethal timing attack, things like that. But as far as follow-through to the macro game, I'd say the Zerg in ZVZ is one of AlphaStar's weaker points. At least in the early iterations. Which is part of the reason why I'm so excited for when we get into the later AlphaStar iterations again. Gonna be basically doing... Yeah, gonna basically be doing like a... sort of like an end series kind of thing. So we'll take a look. As far as the builds go right now, we have got 2 spawning pools, 2 hatcheries, 2 extractors, and a couple drones building on each side. And that means it is a mirror matchup and everything is looking pretty similar so far. However, ladies and gentlemen, I count 1, 2, 3, 4 overlords. So let's try and get 4 likes on this video. And yeah, if we can do that, that would be awesome. Of course, if you are new to the channel, you enjoy these kind of videos, and StarCraft in general, go ahead and subscribe. There's usually something on the channel for everyone StarCraft related. Now we take a look. Overlord's moving across the map for both players. We see a few lings on the way for the Master Zerg. AlphaStar delays those a little bit just to get out the extra drone. I guess with seeing the normal hatchery time, this is something that you can be fine with, I guess, as AlphaStar. I'm just trying to think of the matchups. I'm trying to get a better understanding. I guess really the only thing AlphaStar would have to worry about at this point, after seeing the normal hatchery time, would be if it was something like a 13-12, or basically the Zerg build, which you have the kind of fake hatchery and still the very early pool. However, with, I guess, AlphaStar seeing just that number of lings, it probably doesn't have too much to worry about. So we see the AI actually delay making Zerglings quite a while, and we might not actually see any Zerglings this game from AlphaStar, as there's already a Roach Warren on the way. There is no Ling speed started, so that's already odd. The Masters player does run in too with his Lings. He gets a few Lings in, and he actually spots the Roach Warren, which is a very, very big tell. He fires up a Baneling Nest. He's probably going to cancel that and build his own Roach Warren instead, I imagine. There we go. So already seeing a swift reaction from the Masters player. He throws up an Evo Chamber too. He does fire up a big round of drones, but and then he actually cancels speed. So the Masters player taking this very, very seriously. He does have the much quicker third hatchery compared to AlphaStar, so his drone count's a little bit lower. But yeah, I think we will be seeing this AlphaStar iteration, which it goes for the big Roach Queen attack across the map with basically everything that it has. And it's going to be on the Masters player to hold off against this. I mean, we've seen this attack a lot of times. I'd say players hold it less than they don't. Of course, there is always a chance that AlphaStar could start up a lair or something later on, and maybe we'll see a Nidus, but this really is looking like that big Roach timing attack from AlphaStar. The cheese bought this one effectively, as the AI really does seem to like this Roach timing attack. Now, Zerg missile attacks are on the way for the Masters player. He's making his own Roaches now, but of course he's behind. The question is, how far behind in Roach production is he? Currently it's 9-0. The defender's advantage can be a very big deal. We see this Overlord is getting hunted by Queens. The Masters player should probably be sniffing something out. Sniffing out this aggression. He's got a Ling that's being pushed away by the Queens. I'm not sure if that Overlord saw the Roaches or not, but this attack is coming, and the Masters player has got to be ready for this. We do see, though, he's got a bit of a nasty supply block going on right now when he needs to be making every single unit possible. Looks like that Ling does spot the queens in the middle of the map. Alarm bells should be ringing for the Master's Zerg. He's just got to be making units, and more units. He's started that +1. This is something that we see happen a lot versus this timing attack, in which the +1 is almost done for the opposing Zerg player, but AlphaStar hits just before it. So it's nothing but Roach versus Roach, really. A Spine Crawler, or a few Spine Crawlers get started for the Masters player, but I'm starting to get a little bit nervous for him. AlphaStar already across the map, already pushing 16 Roaches to 22. The +1, not a factor just yet. If the Masters player can hold on, maybe +1 will come into effect, but we shall see. His Roach Warren is also exposed at the front. He's going to want to be careful. Masters player dives forward through the Corrosive Biles, picks off those two morphing Ravagers. We have seen, though, that the +1 attack did actually finish up for the Masters player, which is a big deal. His Roach Warren will be under fire, though. This is going to put him under stress. Double Spine Crawlers did just finish up for the Masters player as AlphaStar pushes forward, queens in tow, dropping down the transfuses. It's a beautiful concave for the Master player. He is in a lot of trouble, though, so he's pulling drones to aid him in this fight. They're buffering against AlphaStar's Roaches, while his own +1 Roaches deal as much damage possible. Can he hold on, though? It's gonna be close. It looks like it may have just barely been a hold for the Masters player. The question is, though, did he take too much damage? He pulled drones into that fight. He lost 19. It does seem, though, that AlphaStar is going to back off for now, and the game's going to stabilize. AlphaStar is still only on 2 bases, so the Masters player absolutely has a chance in this game. My concern, though, is going to be a follow-up attack from AlphaStar. We'll see what the AI is cooking up. For now, if we take a look, we see just lots of drones on the production tab for the Masters player. AlphaStar is still making some units. There's always a chance of a second wave. But yeah, we'll see if AlphaStar will plan to go for another attack. And as it fires up 10 Roaches, I'm really starting to get that feeling that it will. And it's going to be really tough for the Masters player to hold on against the next attack. AlphaStar is getting up a layer, getting up its own +1, getting up its own 3rd base, so it did damage. It's now just macroing up, it would seem, and it's going to be ahead in pretty much every metric, I feel. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned for the Masters player. I mean, he held the attack. It was really, really close, though, and we'll just have to wait and see if AlphaStar gets another attack off. I mean, the Roaches are moving out now for AlphaStar. We'll see if they're actually moving out, or if they're just moving out to toss Corrosive Biles at that poor Overlord. Okay, so now we take a look. There is indeed Glial Reconstitution on the way for both players. The Evo Chamber is rebuilding for the Masters player, so maybe he's going to get his +2 attack on the way. His Carapace, who knows? Army supply and worker supply is at a disadvantage for the Masters player. AlphaStar is looking good. It just seems to always come out ahead no matter what, the AI. The Masters player isn't super far behind. He's decently far behind, but not enough that potentially Defender's advantage could overcome. AlphaStar moves that Overlord, dodges, or tries to dodge the Corrosive Bile. Looks like it dodged all but, or one of them. And we'll see, Overlord is dead. So AlphaStar not dodging that one. We take a look now as the Ravagers and Roaches are still just hanging out. Ravager's moving out on the map, actually trying to kill AlphaStar's creep tumors. That's a little cute for the Masters player, but he's got to be careful. The AI is chasing after these Ravagers, and he cannot afford to lose 4 Ravagers at this point in the game. So he's going to run home with those. Overlords are making for the Masters players. He's a little bit supply blocked, but we're actually going to see a skirmish in the center of the map. A pretty good angle for the Masters player, but I am quite concerned as far as numbers go. AlphaStar simply has so much. The AI is going to push in, catch his opponent's Ravagers as they're on the retreat, and I'm not sure if the Masters player will be able to hold on. We see supply 111 to 56. I think AlphaStar, despite taking a while this game, is going to be able to bag another win. Well done, AlphaStar, as it pushes across the map and is going to take the match without a doubt at this point. The Masters player tried to hold on, but AlphaStar is just too consistent with its follow-up. The second attack, if the first doesn't kill you, the second one probably will. That is AlphaStar's ZVZ in a nutshell for the most part, it seems. Yeah, and we just really wait for the Masters player to die and GG out. There is no chance of him going to win this game. He's still making lings, he's still fighting, but it will definitely not be enough. All right, here we are into the next game, and the player that's going to be taking on AlphaStar shall be, I don't know, because he's unranked. Yeah, unranked players always exciting to watch. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they are not so good. We can have fun trying to guess this guy's rank, though. The Terran player who's going to try and take on AlphaStar in a TVZ, as the AI is ready or hoping to slap down another player. Yeah, I don't think that we've seen enough AlphaStar versus, or ZVT or AlphaStar PVT, in my opinion. Those are the two matchups in which I think I'd like to see more from an AlphaStar perspective. Yeah, it seems that there's a few more matchups which we haven't seen enough of. So I'm excited to see AlphaStar playing Zerg in this situation, because I think the matchup the matchups which I really enjoy seeing AlphaStar play in is the one which it's reacting more. Yeah, in which AlphaStar is basically the one who's reacting. In TVZ, it's generally the Terran who makes the Zerg react to something. In PVZ, I'd say it's usually the Protoss that makes the Zerg react to something. And then, I guess, what other matchups would you say that are like that? I'd say maybe PVT too. I'd like to see more AlphaStar versus Protoss versus Terran, Zerg versus Terran, and then AlphaStar Zerg versus Protoss. Those are the three matchups which I'd like to see some more AlphaStar in. Now let's take a look. We have got Command Center on the way for the unranked player, so just playing a normal macro game. Goes for a depot right away, which is interesting. I guess this is just off the back of a normal gas expand. And then, yeah, so that's completely normal. Will he queue up a Marine behind this in case of early lings? As we all know that the unranked player didn't actually go for an SCV scout, so playing in the dark a little bit. A factory's on the way now. The unranked player looks like he'll just be going into that reactor Hellion play, but he does fire up a Marine to help dissuade potential ling run-bys, to help deal with overlords that are pesky floating over your base. Reaper for the unranked player tosses down a grenade, but not going to be microing it too hard. As far as the rank for the unranked player goes, I'd say we're hovering at around Diamond to Masters right now, Diamond to High Masters. So that's my guess. We'll see if he does anything else that makes us go, maybe not. Or if he'll do some really sick play and have really good macro. Yeah, I'd say the main thing that really gives away someone's rank is their macro. And right now that Command Center just taking a second to finish up. He fires up a Hellion, interestingly enough. Transferring SCVs already is quite bizarre, I'll say. Actually very bizarre. I don't think you really need to do that as a Terran, because if the Zerg does, say, sneak some lings around, that seems odd. So I'm saying Diamond right now for this unranked player. Interestingly enough, he's going to build a starport right on that reactor, which is darn odd. Then he fires up a tech lab on his factory. He's going to be getting a tech lab on his barracks. I am really unsure of what we're seeing out of this unranked player. So far, nothing's died this game. Maybe this unranked guy going to try and confuse AlphaStar, but there's a third orbital or command center going up. Then a siege tank, so he's going to be getting a siege tank, a starport on a reactor. What's he going to make, like double Viking? Is this just going to be like old school mech, in which all you have to build is Vikings and tanks, really, as the Terran player? I mean, I'd say it's interesting. Maybe it'll be double Liberator, something like that. Liberator harassment can be very good. It does seem very odd, though, the way the unranked player is playing this match out. He gets up in eBay, but then he's doing things like pulling off his mules, which just seems downright bizarre. Then he throws up double gas. What are you doing? All right, unranked player. I'm not sure what to make of you. There's stim. There's a single medivac on the way out of the reactor. Like this is just such an odd build. I'm really not sure what to say about it. Then he throws up a couple more barracks. Like, I don't know. I really don't know how he's playing this out, how I feel about it. Keep in mind, this is a third CC play, though, so quite an economical Terran one. He loads up his Hellion and his Reaper and 3 Marines. Queuing up a Viking now. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I guess get rid of the Overlords. So that's normal. Get rid of the Overlords. Just the timing seems a little bit odd, and the fact that he's making 1 unit on a reactor. Let's take a look. That drop is going to be moving around to the north side. What's his APM at? This guy's rocking 278 average APM, so he's a very quick player. How exactly is playing it out though? I mean, he hasn't fully walled his natural. He's now making a Marauder, starts at +1. I really don't know what to make of this guy, but then he flies his Medivac into a bunch of queens. So, yeah, really interesting play. Maybe this is someone off racing who doesn't have a darn idea of what they're doing as Terran, really. That's a possibility. It could very well be like a high-level Protoss player or a high-level Zerg player off racing as Terran, just deciding to be like, yeah, well, this seems right-ish, I guess. You know? We'll see, though. As right now the unranked player is starting to fall behind on the workers quite a bit. He does have that 3rd command center done, but he probably wants to be dropping mules, floating that orbital over, because AlphaStar right now is just making a ton of roaches. The AI could be about to go into full roach burr printer mode, as there is indeed Ravagers, Carapace on the way, things like that, and then we see the orbital command going to be floating over to the 3rd. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this will play out. I get the feeling that the AI is gearing up just for a big old attack, though, and the unranked player, who's pretty much at half of AlphaStar's supply, is going to be tight-pressed to stop this. I mean, he's got Marines, he's got tanks, but oh boy, he's out on the map right now, and the AI is coming forward. This could be a bad one. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one back to Diamond right now, as this is just not looking pretty at all for the unranked player. Not saving his tank with the Medivac. He's gonna stim the bio, but the Ravager's already queuing up Corrosive Biles on that. The Marauders can do okay versus Roaches, but not okay against this many. And GG gets called. AlphaStar, with a straightforward timing attack, wins the game. And that means AlphaStar is actually gonna win this 2-0 for this video. So well done by the AI. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this commentary, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe if you made it to the end of the video and you enjoy this content. Join the Discord, it's linked in the description, and then also is my membership link if you do want to consider becoming a member. I'll see you next time. This has been LaughNgamez. Thanks for watching.